Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Honey Badger on Glass dab of the day. Hello, everybody. Today is Friday. Driving in rush hour traffic. Have you ever had a situation where somebody gave you the finger, somebody honked their horn hard at you, insulted you? Have you ever had people give you dismissive attitude? You know what? Rudeness is pervasive in the world today. In fact, all too often, it creates negativity. And that negativity can rub off on anybody. Let's discuss. We have to be able to control and find ways to avoid toxic behavior. Doesn't matter if it's coming from a stranger, a coworker, a friend, or a loved one. There's got to be ways to effectively handle rude people. First of all, we've got to realize that rudeness and bad manners is nothing new. Unfortunately, it's part of human nature. People have been complaining about it since the beginning of time, and you know what? It becomes a habit for many, unfortunately. We often simply overlook and forget the importance of showing kindness, sympathy, and understanding to others. Instead, we're rude, loud, yelling, and you know what that does? It creates and triggers worse behaviors. So we've got to find ways to recognize and then stop such conduct. Rudeness is nothing new, but it doesn't mean we have to continue the cycle. We've got to find a way to stop the spiral of rudeness and bad behavior. It can spread like a disease. One act of rudeness can spiral and cause other acts, spreading foul tempers and poor behavior as its toll. And it's easy to see how it happens. A driver cuts in front of us on the way to get something to eat. We feel annoyed and frustrated. We take those feelings out on people at our home or our office when we get there, snapping at them for no reason. These people feel miffed, don't understand it, and they get grumpy too to others. And so it goes, and so it goes. And by the way, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe, join the Senior Stoner family, send likes our way, and the comments, I reply to them all. We've got to remember that we have the power to stop the cycle of bad behavior. With a little empathy, we can diffuse rudeness with kindness. You've got to remember not to take it personally. The first stop to stop the cycle is by stopping taking it personally. You see, we all have bad days when the world beats us down, and it's too tempting to take it out on the world. But it means you're taking it out on the person next to you, the one you care about. Happens to all of us. So finally realizing these things is a way that we maybe can deal with them. Remember, the closest person to you is the person in the line of fire, not the person responsible for making you feel that way. And often you can break the cycle by avoiding responding to the other person's bad behavior with your own negativity. React to rudeness and unkind behavior with kindness. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. Showing kindness to someone who's being surly or insulting to others can be difficult. But by setting a calm and well-mannered example, we prompt them and others to take our lead. If it doesn't work, which it may not, you at least can take pride in knowing that you didn't lower your standards or add your own bad behavior to the mix. Instead, you maintain your cool. Humor. We've talked about humor in many different scenarios. It's a wonderful way to diffuse a difficult person. A rude and difficult person can create tension and anxiety in themselves and others around them. And they're probably being rude because they're angry or upset about something that they're going through. Humor can create a diversion and break the tension, allowing everyone to laugh it off. Yes, it's true. You can do this by finding a way to laugh about a common situation or by joking about shared experience you can all relate to. Self-deprecating humor can also be disarming. I'm famous for that. Finding a way to insert a little levity when someone is feeling out of sorts might be just the thing to help everyone hit the reset button and begin again on a better note. Remember, everybody, we live in a cyclical world. We have two things always when we come across the top of that circle: hope and opportunity. And we are people. We can put our fingernails on the windowsill. We can get our bodies in. What we have to do to stop the spiral of rudeness and bad behavior is call those people out on that behavior and ask them to stop. If there's somebody that's constantly rude to you, you need to address the issue directly. There's no need for us to take ongoing abuse from anyone. We should never allow anyone to treat us in a disrespectful way. Have a conversation about what's going on. Does the person realize even how hurtful what they're doing is? Perhaps they don't realize how he or she is being so bad. By making this person aware, it gives them a chance to apologize and try to be more polite. Remember, don't escalate. When someone annoys us, our first instinct is always boom, boom, lash back. But remember, you only have control over yourself. So choose not to be part of the drama. No matter how another person acts, own your own behavior, just as you always have. And you know what? They're going to have to own theirs too. Keep your cool. I know it's a hard thing, but take that breath. Give yourself space to calm down if the person upset you. And remember, we don't have to stoop to that level. And if we do so, it'll just make matters worse. Maintain our dignity and rise above the fray. Remember to show empathy and sympathy, because that's what these people are really looking for, the yellers and screamers and rude people. They want attention. They want somebody to understand their troubles because they're having a very difficult time. Let them know you understand. Don't judge them for having a bad day or for snapping at others. You might find a way to just mention that you've had rough days too and can relate to how they're feeling. Remember, if it's someone you love or know is having a momentary lapse in manners, it may help the person to be aware of the negative behavior. And if they get angrier, just let it go. There's nothing you can do to force someone to behave. You can be a good role model is all we can do. People have all kinds of ulterior motives for acting the way they do. Recognizing them is difficult. You might even provoke a reaction you're not looking for, a bad one. So be a good role model. Treat everyone with fairness, kindness, and empathy, because you're going to be the one displaying the kind of behavior you expect from others. And if they can't show you the kind of civility in return, it may be time to enlist the help of others. Because ultimately what you want to do is avoid the person who treats you bad, the person who's rude to everyone. When all else fails, walk away. If you have done all you can do to make a person aware of all their issues and tried to show them kindness and empathy, it's possible that person is incapable of treating you or others with politeness and good manners. So by avoiding the habitually rude and horrible people, you take away their audience and you give them fewer targets to lash out at. And guess what? A lack of an audience will diffuse the situation every time. And if everyone starts giving them a wide berth and leaving, guess what? Maybe it's a wake-up call. You see, the problem and the challenge is that sometimes we speak French and other people speak English. We have to all find a way to speak the same language to help each other. If you enjoyed today's video about how to deal with difficult people, rude people, etc., please subscribe, join the family. As always, send comments and likes this way. We love them. This has been The Real Senior Stoner. You all have a great day now. Here's our dab hit on a hot honey badger. Cheers. Oh my. That was a good hit. You all have a great day. Let's find ways to deal with those rude and difficult people out there. Cheers, everybody.